This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Daniel Edwards, who's joining us all the way from Italy, but with some connections going back to the United Kingdom. Daniel is the, shall we call you the ambassador for a very interesting house from Tuscany, but I'll let you explain a little bit about the wines that you represent.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here. I'm from representing the estate Capezzana. We're based in Carmignano, fondly referred to as the wine industry's oldest wine secret, in that the estate is going back to 804 in terms of its production date. Italy's oldest wine appellation, 300 years. Last year, 2016, we celebrated the DOCG of Carmignano, first granted to us by Cosimo III in 1716. The appellation is unique in that we must have Cabernet Sauvignon in our wines, so the only appellation within Italy that must do that. So we must have a minimum 10 or maximum 20% Cabernet. This is, we say, lends elegance and structure, gives our wines the life in the cellar.
Now, the original ruling was actually Cabernet Franc.
That's right.
Yes,
Cabernet Franc was originally brought over, the marriage of Caterina de' Medici to King Henry II of France. Lots of things came backwards and forwards between the two nations. Some say, a lot of Italians say the French cuisine is based on the Italians.
Of course, yeah.
Originally Cabernet Francese was brought to Carmignano, but today we use both Cabernet Sauvignon and Francese.
And what is it about the estate itself that is so special?
The estate is incredibly historic. Capezzana, as I said, it goes back to 804, first written evidence of the production of wine. It's actually on a document of ancient Latin written on sheepskin. It's fascinating.
Wow.
We found it in the state archives in Florence only 40 years ago. The appellation itself, going back to the Medici, is very historic in that it was a private royal estate. So the wall that they built themselves to protect themselves, which first sort of denotes the first appellation itself, is called the Barco Reale di Carmignano. So 52-kilometer wall, 6 meters high, and this was protecting the house of the Medici when they were there, and the hunting, the villas, but also enabling them to be very serious about winemaking. The winemaking was very serious.
Now, the house actually produced more than half of all the production of the DOCG now?
That's right. There's 15 recognised producers in Carmignano. We are the largest house in Carmignano. We produce half of the appellation's total output. We're roughly 500,000 bottles a year.
And where do most of your bottles go to? Are they consumed within Italy or elsewhere?
We've got a huge strong demand back home in the market in Italy.
Which speaks volumes, actually.
Oh, it's enormous, it's enormous. We're really very well known. The Contini Bonacossi family, who I work for, currently 5th generation of winemakers. Today it's brother and sister pair, Benedetta Contini Bonacossi and her brother Vittorio, looking after the wine making, and very serious about their wines. In particular in Italy, we're very famous for our Vinsanto, consistently very good, higher achieving, award-winning wine, often referred to as Benedetta's 4th child.
Now, it's very much a family affair there. How did a young Englishman like yourself find yourself involved in such a venture?
Oh yeah, a passion for food and wine. I ended up moving to Italy for a sabbatical. I moved into a house who happened to have a family who lived next door. We enjoyed wine, cooking together. I got on particularly well with a lady called Beatrice. Cooking dinners, lunches, and then after some time I was invited for lunch. And lunch appointment was an hour's drive away from where the house was. Arrived at the Capezzana estate, up the lining, the Cypress Avenue. I arrived at the Capezzana estate, fell in love. End of story, really.
So you basically have the best job in the world.
I do have the best job in the world. I mean, who doesn't eat? Eating and drinking for a living? Are you kidding?
Daniel, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. It's great to taste your wines. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Bye for now.